Hey guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of Minecraft. You can see our king creep up here, hanging out above us. I've got the... I always forget how to do this. There we go. I've got the mob system pretty well established at this point. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with that while we wait. I think this might have been kind of together last time you guys saw it, but I've put a bunch of stuff in, I think. So basically this is all the same as it was, and if we come down here, there we go. I put in a fancier lighting system than we had last time. A little window here so we can... So if we shut that off, you know, you see this zombie pretty much spawned immediately. And if we turn that on, then spawning rates are completely diminished in here. Nothing spawns in there while the lights are on. Had a couple in the roof, but then before I got them wired up, I had these on and nothing was spawning in there, so I ended up taking them out. If we come here, I could show you guys the mob system itself. There's 5 layers. I put in little viewing rooms on each layer here, so we'll go in real quick and take a look. So we've got these 5 layers. They're all pretty much identical. They all flow to the middle here, and then once they get to the bottom, it flows over and then up through this tube here and reconnects with the elevator from the zombie spawner. And yeah. So today we're getting pretty poor rates from this, and so, you know, I think like I tested it in like 2 hours. We got like 30 or 50 spawns from just this system, which isn't too bad, but I'd like to boost that if we can. And here on the 5th level, that didn't work. Here on the 5th level, we'll see there's... there we go. I ran into something over here. There we go. I found an abandoned mine shaft here. So I'd been hearing the sounds of mobs as I was digging this out. And then I just happened to break through this wall here and found the abandoned mine shaft. So I figured... we're running a little low on some resources, and we haven't gone caving in a while, so I figured we would go ahead and do that. This episode, we can get some caving in and also light up some areas. I started to a little bit. I brought a bunch of torches with me, and I was doing... There's a ravine right by base, or... you know, right next to this the king creep, or creep tut. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But there's one up there that I was kind of going through and lighting up, and I actually got a good amount of iron and coal from that, just quickly skimming the surface. But I didn't want to use up all my torches on that, so I figured we'd come on down here and do some caving that we haven't done in a while, collect resources that we see. I did some level collecting, and so I threw some stuff on some pickaxes, 30 levels on there, so that should keep us going for a good while. And I've got our nether armor on here, so we should be relatively well protected for a decent little session in here. But I figured, you know, after a couple episodes of building, it wouldn't hurt to just do some caving of sorts and some hand-to-hand combat if it comes up. And actually, let's throw that right there. And we've got to do this anyway to keep the... Let's see, what light level is that? 12? Alright, so that's fine. But yeah, I figured some combat and some more wandering around as opposed to building this time would probably be in order. Not really I've got another couple building projects in mind, but I didn't want to jump into them right away. I figured we'd break it up a little bit just so you guys didn't get sick of it. Those last couple episodes, I've got to figure out a better way to do building. I think what I really should have done was try and combine those two into one. Why is it so bright in here? Is it? Okay, so we've got daylight up there. Oh, so this connects to where I was. Up there is where I was already doing some. I hear very bad sounds. I see the creeper down here. Let's see if we can't get him. Above us is pretty moderately well lit up, I guess. Let's see, where'd the creeper go? Huh. Alright. Oop, here's a chest. That's exciting. But yeah, so some iron, some pumpkin seeds. Awesome. But yeah, so this'll, you know, this is the... Ooh. This is probably the most annoying part about... Ooh, hey there, bugger. About doing one of these mob systems is... I was going to say, you should be dead. Is simply just the amount of lighting up you've got to do afterwards for it to really have been worth the effort. And really, this mob system is pretty efficient, so it's not a lot of work to get it set up. And since you're digging it out and it's relatively small, you know, you don't need to get a lot out of it to get a return on your investment. But, you know, you might as well, if you're looking to collect arrows or gunpowder or something, you might as well, you know, do a little bit of caving at least to improve the rates as much as you can. And so it takes a lot of it. I'm going to do, obviously, most of it off camera, but I figured we would do just a simple exploration battle episode this time. Because I don't know what else to do here besides... you know, I've got a couple of those builds like I mentioned, and then, you know, the goal of this season is to take on the dragon, and I wanted to get a couple more episodes out of this season, because I've got some, I think after we finish this season and we beat the dragon, and we may throw a wither in there too, just for good measure. We'll beat the dragon and a wither, that once we do that, I'll probably, my brothers and some friends are hoping to set up a server where we can play and do stuff there. So we'll probably transfer over to that once the goal for this season is completed. And we'll bounce back here from time to time as I've got different projects I want to do, or you know, to put up more memorials, or just for a little one-shot episode or whatever. But didn't want to have to abandon this world just yet. Ooh, ouch. So, yeah, these kinds of caving is, I mean, branch mining's probably, you know, if you want to find stuff at lower levels, probably the best way to go. You don't get a whole lot of caves spawning down at, like, diamond level and stuff, but, man, I tell you, if you're just looking for iron and coal, this is the way to do it, because you can, in very short amount of time, get pretty much everything you would ever need. And we're getting this well lit up. These ravines are... Thankfully I started at the top. If you start at the bottom and try to come down, it can be troublesome. You know, I've done that before, and you've got to really watch for creepers falling from the sky and stuff. So we're doing it the right way here, at least. Alright, so let's head through this way. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. And these torches will be, or this coal will be useful because we're using up a bunch of torches, so we can remake on the fly if we need to, or just to replenish our supply back home. It'll be useful. And we're doing a lot of smelting for some of our projects. One one of my next project, I think the way I've designed it in creative, I want to do smooth stone bricks for most of it, and so that will require a lot of smelting. Except it won't require quite as much because the pick I was using for the last half of the mob spawner, digging that out, the pick I was using for the last half of that was actually a silk touch pick, which I normally wouldn't have wasted on. I normally wouldn't have wasted a silk touch pick on something like digging out cobble, but I knew that I was going to be needing some smooth stone coming up here, so figured might as well just silk touch it out as opposed to having to go back and take the time and resources smelting it all. But ooh, that sounds close. Hey there. I got enough zombies. I don't really need more of you guys. Where are you coming from? There we go. But this mine shaft, this is the same mine shaft that we found in our first caving episode, but it just like stretches throughout the entire continent here. It's kind of ridiculous. I've never found one quite so big. But you know, these things are, you know, we'll get lots of good chests and lots of good iron and things like that. So I find that, you know, iron, unless you're going for prolonged use, is pretty much sufficient. I'll probably, my goal was to get a set of diamond armor together for the Ender Dragon fight, but really the durability only comes into effect, you know, if you, well, I guess you get more armor. So like I'm full iron armor here, but you can see my armor stat there is still 2.5 down from total. If I had full diamond armor on, that would be full. So I guess you do get a benefit beyond durability with the diamond. But I think if I can get a good set of iron armor, we probably could get going. Because I don't know, that diamond is just so hard to find, and that kind of stuff gets so expensive. It's, ooh, what happened there? That I don't know if I want to wait and get a good set of diamond armor together. Especially because if I put together a set of diamond armor and then I enchant it and get a bad enchant, well then, you know, then I got to find more diamond and try again, and I don't know, that seems like a tiresome task. So we'll probably, you know, I don't anticipate the battle with the Ender Dragon being so long that we need full diamond armor because, you know, we're worried about durability. But, you know, we'll see. We can. I've never actually fought the Ender Dragon. You know, I've watched videos of people doing it, but haven't ever myself gotten to it. So, hey, creeper. These random, didn't want to put it there. These random sections in here where it's like a big dirt square. You see these a lot in mine chests. Yeah, I mean, my controls are kind of screwy. You see these a lot, and I'm not sure what their purpose is, or why in the terrain generation they decided they needed big square plots of dirt, but you see them in pretty much every world, it seems like. At least I do. So looks like I may have been here. Whoop. Alright. Let's see. Well, I can use both more coal and iron. But yeah, you know, I'm not a huge fan of like branch mining or something. I mean, sometimes it's kind of nice to just put on a movie or something or watch some YouTube videos of other people and, you know, go to town. But I gotta be in kind of the right mood for that. But caving, and this is, I guess I wouldn't really even consider this caving so much. Bread. I guess I'll bring all of this for now. Got way more zombie flesh than I would ever need. And honestly, let's... Well, I want the minecart, actually. I'm going to dump these seeds. Chests are more valuable. Alright. There we go. I actually did, when I was cleaning out the ravine too, I just saw some string in my inventory, which reminded me. I did find a surface spider spawner too over there, which is kind of exciting. When I picked up the seed, I didn't watch any highlights or anything. I just kind of had Googled forest seed. I knew I kind of want to be in a forest, so I Googled that, and I saw this one. I was like, okay, well that works. But I did not realize that there was... If I had watched a seed highlight or something, I might have realized there was so much cool stuff here. There's some gold over there. Let's see if we can't loop around to that. But yeah, finding so many surface spawners is certainly a nice surprise. A mine shaft so close. I'm pretty excited to see what in... Awesome, some coal. And again, I want the minecart. They stack, don't they? No, they don't. That's disappointing. Alright. Take a couple of those at least. I'm pretty excited to see in the new train generation. Some people have started using... dirt. Yeah, gold's probably more valuable than dirt. I've seen some people, like the Minecrackers and things like that, start using 1.7, which has been interesting. Not a whole lot of really cool stuff coming out of that. I mean, there's some cool stuff. New terrain stuff mostly is what I've seen, and by that I mean mostly like new flowers and stuff like that, which is cool. It'll certainly be useful for, you know, landscaping purposes. Which I don't do a whole lot of, but that's mainly because there's not really much you can do with it at this point. But all these new flowers and things like that will be useful for people who enjoy that, so that's cool. I'm pretty excited about the ocean update. I've always, and I don't know all that they're going to entail or I'll put into that. I've heard that all I've heard is that there's an ocean update. And I would love to see some, like, a hostile mob in there. Just something to give some life to that biome, because really there's nothing going on there. See some fish swimming around or something, maybe. You know, a hostile mob. Throw a shark or, you know, something in there. Maybe some alligators in the swamp. I think it'd be cool if you had some more hostile, like, animal-based mobs, as opposed to just the monsters. But that's just me. I've always kind of thought that would be cool. The only complaint I've got about the Minecraft world, because I love the terrain generation and stuff, but it does seem like the world sometimes lacks texture, which it sounds like they're starting to add with the new flowers and everything. They're adding some texture to the overworld there, and I'd love to see it reach out to some of the other biomes as well. But there's been no talk of any of that, so that's me purely wishful thinking, I guess. Because I feel like if they were going to add new hostile mobs or something like that, that we would have seen it by now. We don't need fences. But I do like in the caves, you've got the bats and things like that. That's cool stuff. Just to add some realism. Not that, you know, you're playing Minecraft to believe, you know, you're immersing in it or whatever, but still, I think it would be cool. More bread. Let's see. I kind of want the string, to be honest with you. Oh, we've got more zombie flesh again. Oh, and I gotta get rid of this here because I'm gonna take this. So yeah, I've done a number of level 30 enchants on picks now, and I've yet to find a fortune pick. Normally, what I see people doing, this one It's pretty much the same pick except for it's got Silk Touch on it. And a lot of times when I see people using Silk Touch, it's so they can gather things up and bring them back and break them with some sort of fortune pick. I guess I'll leave that for now. But I've done 4 or 5 level 30 enchants on picks now. Because I had 2 diamond ones, I've got these 2, and some other stuff I've done. And still, I haven't even gotten like a low level fortune one, which is interesting to me. Oh, here's some dark space. But yeah, I don't know all the rates or the rarities of the different enchants. I guess I would have thought that Silk Touch might have been rarer than Fortune, but again, I've got no basis for that. I've never looked anything up to really know. But yeah, and I guess we're actually, what level are we on? We're still just at Y32, so we're not even that far down. I started our mob system basically at surface level, and I only went down 5 layers, so I thought we might be lower down. Oh, and we're actually back at the beginning here. That's kind of interesting. Well, let's see if we can find any more dark branches around here, and then maybe we'll head back up. Because I don't want to... I was lost there. Well, I wasn't trying to get out, but I certainly couldn't have found my way back if I was like, okay, let's get out of here. I wouldn't have really known where to go. So that was convenient. But that's there. Usually when I come into some place like this, I'll leave, well, like I did in the Nether, I'll leave some breadcrumbs for myself to find my way back out. Pretty much have been here, huh? Still got a bunch of torches to use. And we may even be connecting back to, I don't know, that's the dirt spot we were just in. Here's a dark spot. I was thinking we might be connecting back to the tunnels we explored in our first caving episode, because it is the same system. I know that for a fact. So it's very possible that we will... See, look at the little bat, he's so cute. Somebody wants me bad, do you hear that? And while they're making up their mind, I'll grab this iron. Alright, was there anything this way? Nope, looks like we did that already. Up to that. What you waiting for, babe? Oh, golly! Whew, okay. I've got blast protection on, so probably didn't. Well, I didn't do anything, I guess. Do I hear a slime? I think I do. Whew! And blast protection to the rescue. I gotta get quicker. A lot of people use like the number pads when they're doing, when they're playing Minecraft. So like they hit the number 1 and it jumps to their sword. I've never been good about that. I don't know. I guess I always just use the scroll wheel to get to things, which is certainly slower. Maybe I should, if I'm gonna get more into combat stuff, I should look into that. But yeah, that's definitely a slime. Woo, okay. Creeper really blew a hole in this place, huh? I have to dig our way back out there. So this is a whole new system of dark caves, which I guess is good. Nothing says we've got to end the episode up above the ground here. Probably better that I stay down and get these lit up. But yeah, I guess there's nothing whole lot exciting coming though. So maybe I will call this an episode. Let's see, we're full up on dirt or wood, and yeah, we can do without more wood. So maybe I will call it an episode here. We're at mid-20s minutes-wise. So, oh, we did see that. This is, okay. Perfect. So we're at about mid-20s minutes-wise, so I'm going to keep exploring here a little bit. Going to keep collecting some resources and lighten up the place so our mob system will be at peak efficiency. And I probably will only do a little bit of that. I'm not going to, be a zealot and light up every block in the entire radius. We get enough for an XP wise. We get enough from that zombie spawner in a quick enough rate that I can't see needing any quicker rates than we're already getting. So I would just like to get those other pads working just to get some variety in there in the types of items we're collecting, because I've been getting decent amounts of armor and weapons and tools and stuff off of the zombies, but I really think that we might have cleaned this out. I really think especially arrows and stuff like that, we could get some better value out of that kind of stuff. So that's my whole motivation here. Obviously, if you don't have a spawner to work with, I wonder if a mob's jumping in water, if it just makes this slime sound. Nope, I can still hear it. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I think next time, actually I have honestly no idea what we're going to do next time, as I'm saying that, because I don't want to start my next big build project just yet. We may do some more exploring. I'd really like to get some cats, because they are creeper repellents, and I'm really kind of sick of creepers. When I was working on the mob system and stuff, those were the big ones I had to worry about. They sneak up, and they're so quiet now. And they don't start hissing until, they're right next to you in, a second from exploding. So if you don't see them walk up, you're pretty much doomed at that point. So I'd love to get some cats to post around outside while I'm working, because creepers will run away from them, and then I won't have to worry about that quite as much. Skeletons and zombies like to announce themselves. Oh, there's the slime. Like to announce themselves, so they're easy to combat. But creepers, man, they are silent but deadly, and so anything we can get against them would be good. So I think maybe next time we'll explore that jungle a little more, see if we can't get some ocelots and tame us some cats. That could be fun. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'm going to finish up down here, and I will see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.